Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. How are you this afternoon, my entrepreneurial friends? This is Brian K McNeill, the Sales Confidence Coach. And I'm going to talk to you today about an interesting topic about how victory favors the bold. Victory favors the bold when it comes to selling you, when it comes to selling your services. How victory favors the bold. And we're going to have us an interesting conversation about that right now. And let's get this thing started.
This is the Sales Confidence Podcast, helping you sell your services to more potential clients. We'll go over the basics of selling you and your services better than you ever have before, so that you can earn more money than ever before. Learn a sales system to ensure you own the skills and techniques to stay profitable. It's time. You're in demand. Now get the mindset and systems to handle that demand. Here's your host, the world's #1 authority on how to sell services. It's the Sales Confidence Coach himself, Brian K McNeill.
Good afternoon again. Yes, this is Brian K McNeill, the Sales Confidence Coach. And for right at 30 years now, 30 years, wow, I have been engaged in the activity of helping people to sell themselves and their services better than they ever have before so that they can earn more money than ever before. And it's an interesting thing to say that you've been doing this for 30 years, teaching people how to sell. And in my time of training and coaching and doing workshops and webinars and seminars, there's some things that come up that are kind of consistent. And today's topic I find interesting. Today I'm going to talk about how victory favors the bold. Now, what is victory? Victory can be defined a lot of ways in the world of business and selling, but a few of them that I'm going to lift up today. Victory can be gaining a new client, a new paying client. That could be victory for you. Or a $10,000 month or a $20,000 month or $50,000 month. That could be defined as victory for some people. But even just gaining new clients that are in general, I count those as victories. Clients that you're going to serve continually. And I put the topic of victory favors the bold because I've had several instances in my career where I had to stop and think, okay, I've got this book of clients here. Now, how did I get them? How did they become my paying clients? Did I get them through advertising? Did I get them through social media marketing? Did I get them through referrals? How did I get the clients? And whenever I take the time to stop and think about my book of clients, how I got them, most of the time, the clients that I have gained have been the clients that I went and got, directly went and got myself. I actually showed up at a place or got directly in touch with them and offered my services. And that has been largely the most successful way I've gained business. Now, granted, in the end of 2021, going into 2022, just going is a much less popular way, much less popular. Today's my typical clients don't want to even consider that. But I'm telling you, the way I've gained clients is just to show up. Very often, when I was young in my career, not even that young in my career, and not even that long ago, I've gained great corporate clients by just showing up at their office. Brother Brian would do things like this. I would show up and go right up to the front and talk to the receptionist, whoever there, and I would ask this question. Who here cares the most about how profitable your salespeople are? Who here cares the most about how well you sell? What do you mean? I want to know what person in this business cares the most about how well you sell. Now, typically that's going to be the owner or the GM or the sales manager. And very often it just got me that person and brought me right back. And I talked to them, shook their hand, told them what I do, gave them an opportunity to try me out and demonstrated my effectiveness. And they became paying clients. That's pretty cool. And I've gained clients lots of other ways too. Probably the second most productive way for me has been webinars, doing a public webinar or a private webinar and giving people an opportunity to take advantage of what I'm offering. But both times it was dependent upon me taking an action. How just doing something on purpose, putting myself out there where you can be vulnerable, where you can be told no, giving yourself an opportunity to be told no is a place where you can gain victory. Now, if I never showed up at anyone's office, if I never put out a webinar, if I never was willing to write and publish a book or two or three or four books, it's much more difficult to distinguish yourself as a subject matter expert and someone worthy of being listened to. Now, just think for a second. If you were a coach of a college basketball team and it was important to you to have a winning program, and to have a winning program, you need to have some players. You need to have good basketball players to come to your school and play for that university that you're the coach of. How would you get the players? How would you get them? Most of the time, the way they get players is through a process called recruiting. They would recruit the players that they want. They would discover through all their discovering mechanisms about what players, what's the best point guard, what's the best center, what's the best forward, and make offers to them. Now, making an offer to that potential player and offering your school as an opportunity to come and play, that's a pretty bold move already because you open yourself up to being turned down or whatever. But if you don't make an offer, the chances of them coming are very, very, very slim. You don't even have a chance at the game at getting the player you want unless you make an offer. Not only do they make offers to them, hey, our school would love to have you, offering you a scholarship. Not only do they do that, but they follow up. They stay in the game. They get to know that circle of friends. They get to know that family. They let them know the incentives of coming there. They offer things to them. They stay in the game until they either win the player they want or not. And if they don't win the player they want, they go to the next player that they want. But they keep going until they get players. And that's why every year the colleges are able to pull out a full roster of players. You too can recruit your clients. You can choose the clients you want instead of just waiting for them to decide to come to you. You could pick the clients you want. Let's say, for example, you're a coach, a life coach, for example, and you want to work with women executives who are stressed out, bumping their head up against the glass ceiling, and you believe you have something to say to them. Well, what you could do is to get a list of those potential clients. And I'm going to recommend a number of 40. Find 40 targets, people that you've decided that you want to be your clients. This is not dependent upon them raising their hand saying, hey, I want to work with you. This is you choosing the people that you want to be your clients. You're going to recruit your clients. You pick your 40 targets. The reason why I pick 40 is one of the challenges that we have today in coaching people how to sell is this challenge of too many leads. Too many leads. Yes, I said that. The challenge with entrepreneurs having too many leads is they don't take the time to nurture any potential leads. It's just a rapid swipe left, swipe right kind of concept. If you want my services, no click. Want my services, want my services, and never following up the requisite number of times. So having too many leads can hurt your selling efforts too. When you have too many leads, it puts you in a position of where you're just looking for laydowns, looking for easy ones, and not nurturing any business. I challenge you to try to nurture that 40 clients, nurture those 40 people. And if you want a system as to how to find them and how to nurture them, I holler at your boy. I got a system that I offer teaching you how to sell your services through the campaign format. And it's a very, very detailed, what do you do on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday campaign system. And I will offer it to you. I'm going to say to you that there is no redeeming qualities in playing you and your business small. You got to play them bigger. Play them bigger. Offer your services. Try stuff. Reach out directly. try again, learn from the ones that did not work out. Now, if you're in a place right now where you're not happy with the amount of sales that you currently have, if you're not happy with the current amount of clients that you currently have, you're going to have to do something different. One of the old school formulas is called the Goya Formula, the Goya formula. This is something I've taught 20 years and always works. Okay, I'm a couple Goya with some Tony Robbins stuff. But Goya is an acronym, and it stands for Get Off Your Assets. Get off your assets and make offers. Get off your butt and offer your services to people. Give yourself a chance where they can say no to you. If you gave yourself a chance of 10 potential clients in any calendar week of saying no to you, chances are high that somebody out of those 10 people that you offered your services to directly, that means you presented to them, that means you told them how much it would cost to become a part of your services, to get your services. They know how much your rates are. If you're giving that 10 of them a calendar week, that's 2 a day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 2 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, Tuesday on Wednesday, 2 on Friday, or 3 on Monday and 1 on Tuesday or whatever. But if you set a target, a minimal target of offering your services 10 times per calendar week, chances are you're going to be successful. But you have to be willing to Goya and make offers. You have to choose who you want to make an offer to. And this is so simple, even if you don't do it elegantly. Even if you do it inelegantly, somebody's going to twist your arm and say, okay, let's do this. When I said I'm going to mix the Tony Robbins in with it, Tony Robbins had a sales cassette way back in the day that I listened to a lot of times. And he said this formula always works to get entrepreneurs off of stuck. And here's what he recommended you do. And there's so much truisms in it. It's 2 words. Massive action. So if you normally are offering your services once or twice a month, which is what a lot of entrepreneurs today do, sadly, you're going to do that much in a day. If you will to offer your services 10 times a week for a month's time, that's 40 times you offered your services. Can you figure out a way to do those 40 offers in 1 week? Can you take massive action over a short time period? Massive action over a week, massive action over 2 weeks. You never have to take massive action over a month's time, because if you did take massive action and offered your services weekly for a month's time, the momentum created by you merely just offering your services and giving your potential clients a chance to say no to you, somebody's going to say yes, and you're going to learn things along the way, and you're going to become somebody different along the way. And why not you? Why not you? Is your services good? Are they good? Are they better off if they hire you than if they did not hire you? If you know your services are good, if you know they're better off hiring you, don't you owe it to them to at least offer it to them? Selling your services today. Get off your butt. Take some massive action and understand that they deserve. Put yourself in a position where they can say no. The more you put yourself in a position where they could say no, the more opportunities you have to say yes. This does require a level of boldness. And you don't even have to be completely confident when you're doing it. The way you are confident enough to do it is just not to judge the process. Just do it because it does. And with the ideal, it doesn't matter if they say yes. It doesn't matter if they say no. It's just that you have to make the offers. When you have that on your head, I need a sale, it's very hard to come across confidently and competently enough. Okay, so don't make it dependent upon whether they say yes or no. It's only dependent upon your activity, and you can control your activity a whole lot of control over what you do. These sales confidence podcasts are designed to give you something immediately actionable, something that you can do right now that's going to help you to sell yourself and your services better than you ever have before, so that you can earn more money than ever before. And lastly, have you heard of a guy named Guy T? Guy T His name is Guy Torres. Okay, he's a stand-up comedian. And the first time I ever heard of Guy T, he had the announcer introduce him as the world famous Guy T. The world famous Guy T. No one in the audience knew who this guy was, but he had himself introduced as the world famous. Now, and he came out there and he rocked. He did a great set. He was funny and he was fast and he was great. And we want to see more of him. But he had two things going for him. He was willing to be bold enough to have himself introduced that way. And he had a good product. He had a good set. He was funny. Okay, he was a stand-up comedian. Now, if you offer a services that is good and really good, the better your service, the better this works. Why not put yourself out there in a bold way? Why not? Why not put yourself out there in a bold way? If you will give yourself a chance to be bold, if you give yourself a chance to be so told no to, and just think about that in your life. Haven't all of your wins happened after you've been willing to put yourself in a vulnerable position? All of your wins. When you got a prom date, you had to be willing to ask the young lady out on a date. You had to be willing. When you got yourself a job, you had to be willing to apply for the job and ask for the job. When you got yourself a mate, you had to be willing to ask for her hand in marriage, which gave you the potential to say no. All of your greatest wins happened after you've been bold enough. All of them. So again, my name is Brian K McNeill, and I am the Sales Confidence Coach. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to give you something immediately actionable that you can use right away to help you to sell yourself and your services better than you ever had before so that you can earn more money than ever before. I appreciate you joining me. And we're going to play this out.
You've been listening to the Sales Confidence Podcast with Brian K McNeill. Tune in next time to learn more skills and techniques to stay profitable and generate excitement for your business and brand.
Again, thank you for joining me. I'll be back next Tuesday with my special guests. And we're going to have a good time talking about something immediately actionable that will help you to sell yourself and your services better than you ever have before so that you do earn more money than ever before. You have a beautiful rest of your day. See you next Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.